I'm going to begin with you, David. Obviously, this character of Justin has been such a big kind of part of your life. I just wondered what it's meant to you to play him over the years and to be bringing him back to the screen with this latest series.
Yeah, I mean, meaningful is the word that comes to mind. I've gotten to see the impact that this has had on people all over the world. I remember when I was only a little older than you, I took my first trip to Europe, and I was in a whole other part of the world, and to see kids get out of school and come up to me and talk about how much they loved the show, whether I was in London or Rome, there's the same reaction. Or even Budapest, Hungary, all over Europe, from east to west. The reaction was the same. So to see the reach and the impact that this show had on fans all over the world has meant so much to me, and has only grown how much it's meant to me over the years. And that's what kind of compelled Selena and I both to want to redo this show and give it to a whole new generation, is firstly just how much it meant to the fans. Like we met fans that said this show like made such an impact on my life that it could maybe even save my life, or it showed me that even though I have a bad family or I come from a situation that's really unpleasant, your show showed me that there are families that can stick together and have unconditional love and can have your back. So we had a lot of touching moments with fans, and I don't even think when we were filming the show we realized the impact that it can really have and the difference it can make in someone's life. So we had all these wonderful experiences, and after a while, Selena and I were just like, the original fan is having kids. Like I'm a fan of the original show. I have 3 kids now, and millennials are starting to have kids, or they have their nieces and nephews or people they're babysitting, and it's like, why not pass on that same set of values, themes, that world? Why not pass on that love to a whole new generation? Why hoard it to ourselves? So we're excited to have a whole new cast of wonderful talent to bring this new show to life with, and hand it on to a whole new generation while loving and respecting the original.
Yeah, Janice, I mean, what is it? I mean, as sort of David just mentioned, it is a show that means so much to so many people. Does that excite you? Is it quite daunting, maybe perhaps, when you kind of step into a world that has that kind of fan base already in place?
Well, again, kind of piggybacking off of what David said, it's very meaningful to me because, I too can understand how it could save a person's life, because honestly, the movie, like, anytime, like, when I would cry or whatever, the movie would always comfort me. So the fact that I get to be a part of something so big and so loved, it genuinely feels like an honor. I just want to cherish it and take care of it the most I possibly can. And honestly, it just feels like such a big blessing. And, I'm just hoping that I could, help other people as well, and that they can have that same feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, and David, I'm saying this to you as a fellow 35-year-old, so there's no offense by this comment. You're now one of the older members of the cast.
Yes.
But do you feel like a bit of a kind of sense of responsibility in some ways to help guide your kind of younger co-stars through this? And were there any any of the older actors from the original show that you remember helped guide you when you first started?
Yeah, I mean, yes to both. I certainly feel a responsibility with this new cast. It's in my nature to want to care and protect for kids in general, but especially with this new cast. It's something that I think about a lot, culture, right? And I've been in this business now for 26 years. I've been working as an actor, and I've learned a lot. I've experienced the good and the bad, and so anything that I produce or anything that I'm responsible for, I try to create as productive of a culture as possible. And I've seen good and bad cultures, and to me, the best cultures are the ones that have a servant style model of leadership. So we talk a lot about serving our audience. We talk a lot about the fact that there's a kid out there who needs a laugh, and he might be going through something really tough. His parents might have just gotten in an argument, and he might turn on the TV, and he really could use something to take him away from his difficulties. And we're here to serve that kid. That's why we're here. We are entertainers. We're here to serve that kid. And then from there, we work inwards, and we're also here to serve ourselves, serve each other. Let's help one another be successful. Let's help one another be funny. Let's care for one another. And in doing that, we serve ourselves, because that will help us feel a sense of peace, because we're helping people. Yeah. And then, I've learned a lot from a lot of older actors that I've worked with over the years, and that's helped inform the kind of culture I hope to bring forward on the sets that I'm in charge of. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, it is, at its core, it's a comedy series, and it's very playful, and it's very much having fun, and I think that's its kind of main intention. But
Yes.
a big aspect to this story is how important good teaching is, and what can be achieved by putting your faith in young people and really supporting them. Is it really important? Is it sort of an added element for both of you, really, to be part of something that is putting positive messages out into the world? Is that quite fulfilling as actors?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, that's a big part of anything I'm involved in has to have those elements. Like that's what drives me, and that's the beauty of storytelling.
I think pretty much the same for me. I think when it comes to film, it has such a deeper meaning than I think people may realize. It can genuinely help people, and to be a part of something like that, it's big, and it kind of makes you almost feel like achieved in a way. Like I just genuinely, it makes me feel happy to know that I can be there for people without even physically being there.
And we did want to, kind of building on your, as you began to ask that question, you commented on how, it's fun and funny and kind of zany, and that for Selena and I both, that was really important, that we do a show that's a part of the spirit of the original show. We both were not at all interested in doing an edgy, very different, 180 from the original show, or some adult edgy thing. Like we know what the original show meant to us, and part of doing this is passing it on to a whole new generation and recreating that same love and set of values. So we were really clear with our intention from right off the bat, and we're excited for this new generation as well as the old to sit and enjoy it together, hopefully.
And just very quickly then, before I go, because her name's come up a few times, but obviously Selena's back as well. Can you just take a little bit of what it was like to have her back on this shoot? And obviously Janice as well. I mean, she's carved such a great career for herself. Is she something of an inspiration as well? Because I guess you've started in a similar way to how she did.
Yeah, she's so inspiring to me. And just, even like her aura, like she's given me so much advice that has genuinely helped me throughout this journey of becoming Billie and everything. She's just such a beautiful person, and honestly, from seeing where she came from and seeing how she's doing now, I just feel so inspired by her. She's like a big sister almost. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and it's been absolutely meaningful for me getting to do this with her, just because of all the years we've spent together after the show, just talking about it, and we never took it seriously. We were just joking around. But I think that was a good indicator that we still enjoyed talking about it, and there was more life to be had out of these characters.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me today, guys, and best of luck with the release of the show.
Thank you very much, man. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey,